Good Tuesday morning, everybody, and it is December 29th. We're getting ever closer to the end of the year. And it looks like we're going to be getting some snow today. So if you're in this area, in the Midwest here, especially, but near Lake City, it's already snowing north of here, it looks like, up in Sioux Falls and whatnot. But get ready because the snows are coming, and it sounds like we could get several inches over the next day or so. But mostly, I think it's mostly supposed to come today. Um, any rate, today we are going to be tackling verses 7 to 10 in chapter 17 in Luke's Gospel. And if you remember yesterday, we talked about the faith like a mustard seed and the mulberry tree and all of that. And a lot of times that section and this section are tackled together. I broke them apart in my infinite wisdom. Haha. But we broke them apart yesterday. So let's look at verses 7 to 10 in the 17th chapter of Luke today and see what we can come up with out of this one. Who among you would say to your slave who has just come in from plowing or tending sheep in the field, "Come here at once and take your place at the table"? Would you not rather say to him, "Prepare supper for me, put on your apron and serve me while I eat and drink. Later you may eat and drink"? Do you thank the slave for doing what was commanded? So you also, when you have done all that you were ordered to do, say, "We are worthless slaves. We have done only what we ought to have done." Okay. Sometimes folks kind of are revolted about this one. We don't like being called a slave. In this one, we are in the role of the slave. God is in the role of the master here. Now, we do have to bear in mind when we're reading this. Remember in John's gospel, the John's version of the Last Supper. Remember that always, because that's an important thing. John's version of the Last Supper, remember, doesn't talk about the bread and the body and all of that. It talks only. It's the feet washing. So it's talking about serving and taking care of other people and dealing with their needs, and maybe even being lavish. I mean, that's a lavishness that Jesus has there, and a willingness to get down in the trenches. You know, it's like the old adage about a leader leading from the front. So that's what's going on there. Jesus is leading from the front, but he is serving, and what we're called to do is to serve. And here, this is also about not only about serving, but that we should never feel like that our work is done. Just because we've done one thing doesn't mean God doesn't have more for us to do. And it's not about getting accolades either. It's not about being recognized for all that we've done. We've done what we were commanded to do. Why should we expect an accolade? All we've done is what we were told to do. It wasn't like we went over the top. No matter what we do in this world, it's all at God's bidding. I need to remember that as far as doing good. When we do bad things, that's not God's bidding, folks. Don't blame God for the evil you've committed. Don't be careful of that. That's delving into Calvinism. I'm not a Calvinist, as I've said before, not even remotely. So here it's about we are serving. We're called to be servants. We're called to be humble servants. We're called to just do and expect no recognition for that doing. It's just we should be happy. We should be proud to be serving God. We should do it willfully and because we feel that it's our calling. It's our duty. So that's really what I've got out of this one. It's perhaps a little difficult for us, but it's not any more difficult than some of the other stuff we've dealt with. But we don't like that we're not going to get accolades. We all want to be built up, but it's about serving God humbly and dutifully. So have a very dutiful day and serve God humbly, and remember that he wants you to bless someone today. So please be a blessing to someone today, and we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be through the snowstorm, and hopefully it won't turn out to be a whole lot. We do need the soil moisture though, folks, so we want to pray for that, but we just as soon get it in the form of rain a little later in the year, a little later into next year. So all right, God bless, and we'll see you in the morning.